Hey guys, what is up? Zambesh here. We're back down in the shop, so I apologize for all the noise. The lights and stuff down here are really old, so they make a lot of noise. But we finally got the grinder here. After building the table, the grinder has arrived today. And so this is just going to be a pretty standard YouTube unboxing video. I'm going to take it out, set it up, and see how it looks. Alrighty, now that we actually have the main thing out of the box, it is time to go ahead and start setting it up. Alright guys, that is the basic setup, so now we're going to plug it in and see if it works. Alrighty, now I just got to mess with the tracking a little bit because I accidentally loosened a bolt during setup that I shouldn't have, so I've got to fiddle with that a little bit to get it just perfect. Shouldn't be too big a deal, and then we'll go ahead and drill some holes through the plywood and get it set up so we can tilt it. Alright guys, there is the grinder all set up. That block of wood standing up to the left is what I eventually settled on for a surface to stop it, so I'll walk over there and tilt it now so you can see it horizontal. So that is how it sits horizontally. Looks pretty good and seems to be pretty stable when it's running that way. Now the next thing I'm going to do is start working on a tool rest for it when it is in the horizontal position. Alrighty guys, the first thing I'm going to do for the work rest is turn down this piece of 3/4 bar down to a 1/2 inch. I don't happen to have any 1/2 inch bar laying around, and 1/2 inch is the size that I need for the stem that the work rest will sit on top of. So the first thing we're going to do is turn this down. Alright guys, we now have a nice little about 5 3/4 inch long 1/2 inch rod. I've checked it for size and it fits perfectly. Did a pretty good job of getting it right on 1/2 inch. Now I need to go to the milling machine and mill in some little flats for drilling a 1/4 inch hole through it. Alrighty guys, at this point now we have our 1/2 inch rod with a 1/4 inch hole drilled through the end, flattened on the sides so it can now accept a 1/4 inch bolt. The next thing we're going to do is go back to the milling machine and machine the little sandwich construction that will go on top of this and weld to the bottom of the actual table, which will let the whole thing rock, and it'll simply tighten and untighten by tightening and untightening this bolt. Alright guys, now that little part is machined, I've just gone ahead and done a test fit here. You can see the part with the bolt going through, 2 washers on the inside on either side of the shaft, and it moves just nicely there. And that is how the table will pivot. So now the next thing I'm going to do is just chop this off about here, just a little bit above where the slot ends, and that'll give us a flat surface that we will weld the work rest to, and then the work rest will be able to pivot like this. And we're going to stick a nut over on this side with a spring washer. That'll make it so we can just tighten this bolt, and when we tighten the bolt it will lock this so it can't move, and then when we loosen the bolt it'll let it move again. So that's what we're going to go to next, is cutting this off, and then I'll be hunting around to see if I actually have a spring washer laying around somewhere. Alright guys, here is the thing done. I'll just show you a little demo of how it works. You can see right now I've got it set up at just some arbitrary angle. I can move it in and out just by moving the tool arm in and out however I want. I can move it up and down in the same way that the other platen moves up and down. Just loosen off the nut on the tool arm, and then I can rotate it and move it up and down however I want. Then just lock it back down using the 1/4 inch wrench. Just needs a pretty good tighten to lock it down. And then using the other wrench in the bolt I've got, all I have to do is reach in and loosen that bolt. It allows me to tilt it however I want. So I can tilt it inwards, I can tilt it way back, I can do basically any angle I want with the setup I've made here. It rotates through the 4 range of motion. You can use a 1, 2, 3 block or whatever to get it level with the belt. And then just reach in and tighten that bolt down again. And now it doesn't move. So there you have it. There's my unboxing video for the AMK 77 grinder, along with some bench action and some little attachment creation. It was a fun project. I'm really excited to get working on my new batch of knives with this grinder. It's like probably the nicest thing I own now. It's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll throw a Patreon link down in the description, but the best way of the video. But the best way you can help the channel is just by sharing the videos and watching them when new ones come out. If you like the videos and want to see more, there's all kinds of different content on my channel, mostly gaming content. This knife stuff is actually just sort of a side thing I'm recently uploading to the channel. But there's a little bit of something for everyone on the channel, so give a subscription, give a thumbs up on this video, and turn on your little notification bell if you want to see when new videos come up. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.